Hey YouTube, coming at you with the Great League Remix team that I'm probably using right now this morning for the last day. Buzzwole, Carbink, and I started with Charjabug and then I ended with Lickitung. So I wanted start with Carbink, I think, because I actually went through P Poke rankings again. I'm like, okay, Carbink is top ranked. I know right at the bat you have problems with Skarmory and Poliwrath. So I'm like, okay, so I got to do two answers to Skarmory and Poliwrath. So that's why I initially did Charjabug and Buzzwole, because I was like, if you have Rock Throw and then if you have a Charjabug, you're gonna have problems with like a ground steel type thing. Like a Whiscash would beat what's in the back. So you need something in the front. And Buzzwole was kind of an interesting one because it does well against steels. The bug resists the ground. You'll beat Poliwrath. You're going to see a lot of Poliwrath leads that I beat. You'll beat. You do well against Skarmory because the counter superpower add up a lot. So Buzzwole was really cool. And then I eventually ran into a couple of issues with Skeledirge. Like Skeledirge is going to kill Buzzwole and Charjabug, so you have to like save swap Carbink. And I got hit with like Whiscash save swaps, like punishes. So I kind of needed a better save swap. So that's why I went Lickitung in the ending. Let's look at some battles though. So first few are like, not few, a lot of them are Charjabug and the last three are Buzzwole. Lickitung. Shielding right off the bat because I can get to this lunge or superpower and take this out. I think I went double superpower because it's just faster to get to, and I know this thing Dragonair also charges fast, so I want to be able to grab the second shield or take it out, which I can do either way here. So able to take the one shield. Poliwrath comes in, and this is where having Charjabug is very helpful. In the back is a Lickitung, and this is Carbink's. Carbink was exactly what I wanted it to be for most of the day. It was something that could just come in and tank so much. I was able to just like absorb from like multiple surfs from Jellicent and powers from Lickitung and just a bunch of moves. And it's basically like use Buzzwole, shields if you can, superpower lunge, just go down there, just absorb with Carbink, and then Charjabug hopefully can just beat what's in the back. And in this case, then I switched to Lickitung when I saw too many Skeledirge, but like great there. I also purposely did not throw a move on Carbink because I wanted the extra Volt Switch on Charjabug here just to get it really far ahead on energy here. I think they're just going to Icy Wind me because they probably just want to lower my attack immediately. So I do not shield, save that for the Skull next time around, but by that point, damage, I have already too far ahead on energy and stuff. So Lickitung, good lead, weak to counter. So there's your counter. Poliwrath comes in. Let's see if I go straight superpower. I could come Charjabug right away, but I'm also bug here, so I'm also resisting the moves. So throw the first move, grab a shield, and still going to very easily take this mid game here. So Icy Wind, and I still get to move, so they're going to have to burn their second shield, or I'm going to take them out. They burn the second shield. At this point, I feel that they're going to take a Scald and take me out, but I felt like Buzzwole and Carbink with two shields probably is going to sweep whatever's left on this team, knowing that Lickitung is one of them. They do get a move off here, so I will shield. But if the Lickitung comes back in, I'll still be able to chip it a bunch. If it doesn't, and it's a Gligar, then it gets a little trickier. And this Gligar is also one like a combo breaker here, right? It beats pretty much everything, which is why I eventually switched to Lickitung as well. They get off a dig, which I properly shield. I think I kind of have to like chip this a bunch, come out with energy. So luckily, like licks are slowly adding up over time here. Power Whip will hurt, will not take out. And I'm thinking I can probably live a second Power Whip here. And basically just want to come out with a Rock Slide. And the thing with Buzzwole is it's super, super attack heavy. So I go lunge first just to lower the attack. And then I'm going to go superpower, which will be enough to probably chip here to put it within Rock Slide range. So chip it down and then have the Rock Slide coming out to take this matchup. So despite having like really a tough play against Gligar, able to take that out. there, which is really nice. Skeledirge, right? So this is where one of them I saw come in here, and luckily this is where this team is like double weak to rock or triple weak to rock, that I'm able to kind of jump around. As you're going to see, take super effective leaf blades here. Does not matter too much. What are Buzzwole stats? Buzzwole is a 129.3 attack, right? So definitely on the higher end of attack stats here. The rest of the stat product, not great. 112, 119 with a 1735. So if you're going to have that, you better have a nice move set. And I think counter, superpower, and lunge is a decent enough move set to get you by. I think counter and superpower from a stab fighting counter with a stab fighting superpower from a attack heavy Buzzwole is worth the investment alone, right? So 3.5 damage per energy, 3.5 energy per turn, 4.8 damage per turn on the counter here with stab. So really hard hitting counter move. And then your stab superpower, 40 energy, 102 damage, 2.55 damage per energy. Obviously with the higher attack stat built in there, means like you really feel those superpowers. Lunge is only a 45 and 72, 45 energy 72, but lowers your opponent's attack by 100%. So 1.6 damage per energy. So it's not amazing by any means. But it's enough to get you by. Especially in like neutral matchups where you're just gonna like outpace anyways with the counters and stuff. So I think it's pretty strong overall. I can already say I didn't fast forward this again. Anyways, let's go through this fast because this is just a fast move damage team. Got hit with a terrible fairy lead. Got hit with a razor leafer. I just got to sacrifice Buzzwole. I will get a superpower off on the... sorry guys, I do not know why I've screwed this up so many times. We'll get a superpower off there to take this out, but now they have a fast move dragon team in the back of Dragonair, and the Dragonair will just fast move damage me down before I get to 2 moves. So just a fast move damage team that I couldn't like really do anything about. Okay, hopefully there's no more of those. Fairy, this is why like needing a better safe swap is something that this team needs. Charge Bug, I could have probably come Charge Bug, but Kami Carbink just get easily punished, and you'll see eventually it does get punished. This is a pretty hard punish, quite honestly. A Bubble Jellicent. Hex Jellicent is actually not bad for Carbink, but Bubble Jellicent is very bad. I shot the video for this afternoon already too, and I messed up one of their fast moves. I gotta focus on making sure all the battles are sped up, because that's 4. Let's hope I didn't do any others in this video, but that's 4 battles I forgot to speed up over 3 videos here now. So I lose this lead. They're just letting me farm. That's kind of smart on theirs, is to let me farm and get that. Of course, as you saw there, again, I did not get the Volt Switch through. That Volt Switch should hit this, so that bubble should not even register. Oh, comes the Lickitung. So I'm going to come in here, and this is where it's like Buzzwole's second move is kind of coming into play here. Lunge is neutral because they're half flying, but they're half grass. So I'm basically just going to commit to the 2 shields. Lunge here. Lunge, the second lunge you're going to see is not going to take him out, but I think they're in counter down range after the second lunge. And then I get a superpower off CMP on the Lickitung to basically take it to the red. So Charge Bug can sweep what is left. So really nice kind of 2 shield sweep here from Buzzwole. Lowering the attack, even though they baited me twice. Still enough to take it down. And I get to the superpower, which will do a ton of damage to a Lickitung. Super effective, taking it from almost full health to the very, very, very deep red. So good job, Buzzwole, for sweeping here. So it's kind of it's fun Pokemon, right? So Buzzwole into Poliwrath. I can see this is not fast sped up either. Oh my god. Okay, 5/3. I will focus on making sure they're sped up in the next. So here, I play this both ways. I was going to stop it, but I can just talk about it. I play this both ways, going lunge and superpower. I find that they every single one did not shield. So I'd rather just go superpower, have my attack and defense lowered, but take them super low that I can just easily counter down, and then probably switch. And they switch right into Dugong. So that's cool because I have 3 answers to Dugong. I figured this was the best answer just in the sense that like I'm so tanky that I can just take these drill runs. So let's speed through what are drill runs and stuff here. Do I commit to the full farm down or they get out? No, I have to throw the rock slide. So I throw the rock slide, they probably let this go. But I still will get to a Moonblast. They come in with their own Carbink, which is kind of tricky, right? So I will get a Moonblast off. Let's see if they did not shield it. End up getting, this was a good matchup too, so I'm mad that this isn't fast forwarded, like sped up. I go lunge here. They have to respect the superpower. And then I get to another superpower to basically almost take them out, or take them out, or put them like in the very, very deep red. Yeah, very, very, very deep red. And CMP. So they're going to dump all their energy, which is huge. Let that go. Charjabug is going to come in here. Just take these rock moves, put it down, come out with energy for a Poliwrath that has not much left over. Okay, here we go again. Skeledirge. This is probably my last matchup with Charjabug. So they have a Jellicent. And it's a Hex Jellicent. So it's not an amazing matchup, but it's not the worst. Like, I will chip this sufficiently. I'm going to let this go because I know it takes like 3 Surfs to take out Carbink. So there's one. Here comes the second one. I can probably... The thing is, if I wanted to keep switch, I could. I think the rock throws are going to far outpace. I lost it here. So here's what happened here. It's going to take 3 surfs to take me out. So if I wanted to, I could shield, rock throw down, and take switch. The problem is, switch into what? I'm double weak to fire, which is why this is one of my last matchups with this team. So there's no point in me doing that. So I was like, okay, I'll just grab a shield. So I thought like, yeah, let's do that. Let's, yeah, this is what I thought. I'm going to just farm down and take a rock slide into the Skeledirge that I should maybe be able to like grab a shield and then chip with a rock throw. And then we're here and I'm like, why aren't they throwing a move? And so like, let's just throw the move first. And I'm like, of course I'm not counting. So they just went CMP. So I just dumped all my energy. So talk about your like dumbest thing that you can do. This is like, if I'm critically analyzing a severe submitted team, which I do this afternoon, like I'd be like, what the hell did you just do? And that was dumb. And it is dumb. So I try and bank as much as I can there, knowing that I'm going to need it for the Skeledirge. I go lunge. I think that this is like more resisted, so I probably should have just gone straight Skeledirge. Skeledirge. Yeah. Oh no, double resist both. Double resist fighting and bug. So you're screwed, right? So you really kind of need 2 answers for Skeledirge, which is why I ended up switching to Lickitung. Lickitung's not an amazing answer. Licks are obviously super effective, but you don't have any charge moves, but you can kind of just lick and power whip it. But now they have so much shield advantage, and this game is over. So let's fast forward because we have 3 more battles in the back with my Lickitung team. Okay. Buzzwole, Guzzlord, good lead. Lickitung is in. They are not getting out, which is not a terrible idea because this is one of those where it's like you're losing, but it's like a soft loss. Because if I let this go, this would do a ton of chip damage. So I think it's just worth the shield to keep energy here, keep switch here. If something comes in that I can throw at least one of these moves, I will. If I can't, I'll get out into something, and it is a Hypno. So I do have something to throw. I will throw the lunge to lower their attack and do super effective if they let it go. And then here comes my safe swap in Lickitung. They are double psychic in the back. So we are in for a very slow matchup. I'm glad I fast forwarded this one, sped up this one, because this is a very bulky Lickitung versus a very bulky Cresselia, getting to fast moves at a decent pace, charge moves at a decent pace. So grabbed one shield. I'm going to shield because I'm assuming almost all of them run Feature Sight now. This will do a decent amount of chip damage. And I know that I have Carbink in the back to absorb other damage, right? So that's kind of also why I like Chargeable Carbink, because you can just like, if you want, like use shields for Buzzwole and just have like Lickitung Carbink to absorb in the back. The only problem with the back line is that like you obviously do not have a lot of charge move pressure, right? The body slams do add up over time. Moonblasts are kind of like whatever. But just having this tank to take like I'm pretty sure it was a Focus Blast here. Or Shadow Ball here. I remember going against one again, Focus Blast, but just don't even need to worry about throwing a charge move, saving the charge move for Crest, throwing this Moonblast, take it out here. So I'll take it out. Buzzwole into Dragonite. So bad lead, but again, this is where like having Lickitung comes in handy, right? You have a tanky Pokemon that can just absorb this Dragon Breath damage. They make a really nice catch on a Skeledirge. So right now this team is very weak to Carbink, right? Skeledirge and Dragonite are going to have a really tough time against Carbink. They're going to ship me here. Obviously, it's just Disarming Voice because Shadow Ball is resisted. So I'm going to get this Power Whip off to put it somewhat lower. And it's now basically in Body Slam range if I can get to it, which I'm just short. They're going to get to a move here. Just absorb it on the Carbink. No shield required. And they are running a Double Fire and a Dragon, which is triple weak to Rock. I know the first move is probably a Poison Fang, so I'm going to save it for the second one. Knowing that, yeah, I'll probably shield. Now my defense is lower ×2, so I'm going to reset on Buzzwole here eventually. I'll probably throw one of these and then reset, or if I can get to a second one and then reset. No, just one makes sense. But then it's just like, oh yeah, resisted counters still doing a ton on Dragonite, so they have to kind of force here or else they're going to be taken down. And then I'll use this shield and then I'll be able to just rock throw down resisting the Dragon Breath. So Carbink really coming through here. Poliwrath, again, this is one where you can just go straight superpower. Won't quite take this out. The non-shadow, it won't take it out, but it'll put it like in the deep red that you can just shield and counter down. So superpower, very deep red, lower my defense, lower my attack. That's fine. I will shield. I will counter down. And then if they have something that comes in that's going to beat me, I will get out. But apparently they do not. So I'm going to CMP here on 5, force a shield back. At this point, I could, if I wanted to, shield again and get to another superpower. I just thought it's probably worth like just Carbink, Lickitung. And they have a Ferrothorn in the back, which is rough for Carbink and kind of rough for Lickitung. But the thing with Lickitung is the lick damage. I find with Lickitung, it's really just like lick and body slam, right? The lick does so much good neutral damage. And body slam, even resisted, just the speed that you get to these moves are going to add up, right? So non-stab lick, resisted body slam. I've already put the Ferrothorn into the yellow. Gonna get another one off here. Bad fast move timing. I click 3 there. I should only do 2 and then throw. But basically just put this in rock throw range. So I'm going to let this go. Take the move there. Just come in, rock throw down, shield the move here because I'm not worried about, realistically, I'm not worried about Vigoroth because body slam's resisted. They can only throw a rock slide. And I'm just going to out bulk this. I'm already at a rock slide. So they have to shield also in rock throw range. And then I should just be able to just out bulk and out. Yeah, and they know, and they top left. So that is the team. I'll probably use this morning. Again, there are issues. Carbink could just get walled by a lot of things in this meta, unfortunately. Right? It gets walled by Skeledirge. It gets walled by Jellicent. It gets walled by Gligar. Like, there's just absolutely no moves that you can throw at these things. It got walled by Dragonite, but you saw how much counter damage did there. But there's just a lot of things that it can get walled by. So you got to kind of cover it with stuff in the back. And if you have a better third, let me know. I do like Carbink. I think Carbink handles a lot of the things I just mentioned. Like you're weak to fire, it covers fire. You have nothing for a lot of the flyers, you cover the flyers. Outside of Skarmory, but Skarmory you'll do neutral with the counter and superpower. So that's not a bad offset there. So Gligar a little tough. The reason I don't want to go like a water in the back is because then you'd be double weak to grass in the back. So I thought something like Lickitung is just safer. But it does make Poliwrath tough in the back. So if you have an idea for a third, let me know. If not, stay tuned for one video this afternoon from a viewer submitted. Lots of like analysis of their game battles. I'm probably just going to title it something to the extent of like how to like lessons for veteran battlers sort of thing. Because that's what their rank was. And that is it. So last one tomorrow. And then we will do top teams for league turnover. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.